YouTube, what it do? It's your boy Kelvin World One, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about why good players lose to cheap tactics. Now, in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys a couple examples and some context. Now, I just want to let you guys know, just like you guys, I watch YouTube videos. Like I watch these YouTube videos, I watch these other channels because I like Dragon Ball. I'm a big fan of Dragon Ball. I'm a big fan of like other people's content. So I watch their stuff as well. You feel me? I enjoy it. It's entertaining to me. So I know a lot of the things that are going on in like this, let's just be honest, this very small community, because a lot of these big YouTubers, they aren't making videos on Spark and Zero anymore. Like you got Syriax, Rhyme Style, people like those guys who just don't make content on this game anymore. But here we are, we still make content. A couple other small guys make content. So that's the context. So I just want to let you guys know what my definition for being a good player is. Now, to me, a good player is basically someone who has a very good understanding of the game, and even a deeper understanding of the game than most players. Like, you may know how to do certain things that other people don't know how to do, but at the same time, the things that you know how to do aren't exploits. There's something that all players can learn. Most people can learn, in fact. Now, you may know how to do the exploits, but you choose not to use them because you don't need to. Now, a bad player is someone who straight up relies on the exploits. Someone who doesn't know all the mechanics of the game, but they use those exploits to get by. And you have your gray areas where you have people who are actually good who still use exploits. You have people who aren't good who use exploits. You have people who aren't good and don't use exploits. So that's just my like spectrum for what is a good player. But the example I want to give you guys today is being good at the game sometimes isn't good enough. Sometimes your skill is not good enough to get past certain exploits, especially in a game like this. This game came out, it was very broken, and in my opinion, it still is broken. So I just want to let you guys know this example. I watched a couple videos from Don Coolio. They were reaction videos. Now this is kind of me reacting to those reaction videos, but we're not watching it together. I'm just going to probably put in a couple clips and give you guys a clip note. So basically, Don Coolio has been covering this one player named Unzed. Unzed is one of the best players in Xbox Spark and Zero on paper, right? According to his rank, according to his place in the game. But when we see him fight, he uses exploits. He does like things that a lot of people, he plays in an annoying way that a lot of people find like unbearable. Zoning, things like that. Other types of exploits. Key blast spamming, air punch spamming, things like that. Now, we can laugh, make fun of him, whatever. But, it is what it is. At the end of the day, it's a video game. Now, Unzed went out his way. Well, not necessarily out his way. He went through and he went to challenge the best player on PlayStation, Demon Joe. Demon Joe whooped him, I think, all 3 times. And it's not really surprising considering Demon Joe is one of the best players on PlayStation. Not only that, Demon Joe, he doesn't just use the most OP characters. He doesn't really lean on abilities. He like actually takes the time to learn all the other extra characters. And that's the only reason why he doesn't stay at the top of the leaderboard from my research. It's because he likes to use different characters, lower DP characters, and he has to constantly go up against, like, I guess, other people who are high level but are also using like either exploits or high tier characters. Demon Joe beat him, destroyed him. Now, I'm not saying I'm on anyone's side because I don't want nobody coming after me. I'm just observing and trying to make a point. Demon Joe is one of the best players, obviously, right? He beat Unzed regardless of the exploits that Unzed was using. Stay with me now. After Unzed fought this guy, he fought another one of the best players in the game, this guy named Not Eli. Now, Not Eli, you could probably consider him pretty good, but based off his performance against Unzed, he had a much harder time dealing with those exploits and the key blast spam and the air punch spam that Unzed was dishing out. And Unzed destroyed them using exploits. Now, let's put you in a situation. You're the regular guy. Feel me? You just got out for it. You just want to play Sparking Zero and have some fun. Are you beating Demon Joe? This is what they like to say in the fight community. If one character is like pretty much around the same power level as another character, they call it relative. Are you relative to Demon Joe? Are you even relative to not Eli? Probably not. You're the regular guy. You spend the hour on the game. You feel me? So, if not Eli, someone who was probably one of the best people at the game, cannot get around certain exploits and tactics, what makes you think that you can? I'm not trying to make you unhopeful. It's unhopeful word. I'm not trying to like destroy your hope of being one of the best players in the world, this, that, and third, or whatever, right? I'm just saying the common phrase of skill issue or get around it, it can't apply to everyone when the best players in the world, some of the best players in the world, still struggle to fight against these exploits. It just goes to show you that the game is actually broken. And if a good player can lose against these exploits, what chance does the casual player have? Now imagine a person does this, but they bring it into your casual mode. They take it from rank and they bring it into the rooms, or they bring it into quick match. How would you feel you getting off of work? You want to play your favorite game, your favorite like childhood like heroes game, Dragon Ball. You got Goku, Gohan, you got the whole gang. The whole gang's here. But then you have people like basically playing as these other characters, but they're not playing like the game should be played. They're using exploits. And when you lose to them, they tell you to get good. How? If the best players in a game have trouble with this, how would you handle it? You feel me? Yes, there is counterplay in quotations. There is some things you could do to get around it. But who, let's bring it back to reality for a second. Who actually wants to deal with that? It's nonsense. You just got off of work, you just want to play the game and have fun. You can't, because even in the casual modes, you got people using these exploits. You got people like literally ruin the game. I know a lot of people say like, "Oh man, they ruined the game," da da da. But I'm being serious. Like, they're actually ruining the game when you do things like this, and you, especially when you bring it to casual mode. Now, I feel like there's been enough like bitching and complaining about this game, and yes, a lot of the bitching and complaining is very valid. But now it's time to start coming up with solutions. And I feel like us as content creators, although a lot of us that still cover this game are small content creators, I feel like we can make a difference for Bandai to see what they need to do to make this game better. It's obvious that they listen to us to an extent, but I feel like they need more feedback. They need to hear more from us. So here are my ideas to make this game better. 1, if you find anything that's like kind of spammable, give it some type of consequence, a cooldown, make it cost some type of resource. Like certain super attacks that are really hard to vanish or like hard to deal with, just give them, well actually, forget that. Let's give all super attacks some type of cooldown. The more you use it, the less you'll be able to use it. That's how I see it. Some type of cooldown to make moves not spammable. 2, let's add more casual modes. And I'm gonna tell you when to add the casual modes. When you drop your next DLC, what, Super Saiyan 4 Goku from Daima and Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta from Daima, or I don't know, maybe adult Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, whatever you drop in the DLCs. With that drop, you need to drop more modes, drop more casual modes, drop all the extra stuff and quality of life things that we need, cooldowns, fixes, nerfs if you have to. Drop it all with the DLC. That way, just like when Beast Gohan came out with the big influx of people coming back to the game, you're going to have a lot of people come back to the game, and they're going to be pleasantly surprised with all the fixes that you did make, and it might actually make them stick around. Because once you make those fixes to basically make the game better and the community better, because it's not just up to us as content creators and other people in the community to make the community better. How the developers make the game is kind of what it's like the baseline, the foundation of the community. It's what creates the community. And when people realize that you could do all these exploits and this, that, and the third, and quit the game so you can keep your rank and all this stuff, that was a foundation of sand that was created by the developers of this game. We need y'all to basically tear down the foundation and build that foundation on solid rock, solid brick. So that way, the next time y'all come in with a update, DLCs, and you actually have a lot of people playing your game, they're going to be pleasantly surprised about all the things you fixed, and they're actually going to stick around because they'll be like, wow, they really fixed the game. They made it so that I can get off of work, be the average regular Joe Schmo, can get off work and play the game without it being so many sweats, with at least without the sweats just straight up abusing me. You know what I mean? Without the sweats abusing things that I can't use, or basically that I refuse to use on like some type of moral standpoint. You feel me? But yeah, that's one of the best ways that they can help fix and save the game, in my opinion. Because right now, them lobbies be dead, bro. It don't be nobody in there. Nowadays, it's like very much harder to find matches. And a lot of my friends have already, who I've made on this game, have already dropped the game. They're playing other games. So you have to do something along those lines. I think that would probably be one of the best options. And listen to the content creators. Some of them. Some of them is tripping. But, you know what I mean? Some of them be tripping. They like the exploits. They want you to keep the exploits. You feel me? Listen to some of them that don't want them exploits. And I feel like this game will have a lot more people playing the game. But anyways, if you guys like this type of video, or if you guys want to see a different type of video, you have a different opinion, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. Love you guys. I got a Twitch. If you guys want to see it, you got to follow. I don't have a schedule. And peace.